What's up? It's LactateLactate. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different today. This gameplay I'm going to go through, not in sort of a way that most gameplay commentaries are, where the person will just talk about what they did really well in the gameplay and what their thoughts are about certain things that happened. Today I'm going to be really critical, really analytical, and looking at the decisions I made throughout the game, and sort of saying whether they were the right decisions or not. Whether I could have done better. And I think this game definitely, I do get a good score. I think I go 46-9. But I could have done a lot better. I think I could have maximised some of my kill streaks. I could have, just played a bit smarter at points. So that's what I'm going to be going over. Now, first, the thing I like to draw your attention to is that opening route I took, where that's one I normally take if I get the bad side, as I like to call it, on a terminal, because really you want B and C, and we all knew from the get-go that we wanted B and C and have them spawn trapped on A. So straight away, no point in capping A because I don't want it. Go straight to B. B's a bit more up for grabs than C. C's quite hard to get, but as you see, Toast and that made short work of it. Now, as you see here, this is one mistake I make straight away. Now, I'm standing in the doorway, so right now I'm doing okay, but then I check that top sort of front of the plane area, standing in the doorway. That's always going to get you killed. If I'm going to check that area, I need to make sure I'm behind cover, because if there is a guy there, then well, that's what's going to happen to me. I'm going to get shot. So little things like that. It seems like nothing. It seems like that death might have not had anything to do with me. But if I was taking cover better and just making sure I was always in an area where I was going to be tricky to shoot, I mean, he may still have got me had I been looking through the window instead of the door. But it would have been a harder shot, and it may have bought me a bit more time to react to it. So that's sort of the things that I'm going to be looking at. So that's my first death. It's going to be that sort of video. I say I only die 9 times, so it's not like I'm going to be dying all over the place. And maybe it's not a terrible game, but it's not the greatest game, and I could have done better. So that's what I thought would be interesting to use. Now here's an interesting moment. You see, I'm doing all right, and then I die. Now watch again. Now right now I'm making the wrong decision. This is something I do all the time. I start continuing to shoot the first person I'm shooting at, but right now that sniper is doing a 360. He's no threat to me. I should be concentrating on the guy shadowing the right shielder, who's obviously come back for payback and is looking at me. But I didn't think quickly enough. I decided to carry on shooting, and this is a mistake I make all the time. And I don't divert my attention. He just takes me out really easily. So I get the kill, but I also die. And had I thought a bit quicker, then maybe I would have got all 3. And things like that are sort of what I always talk about what separates the best players from everyone else. But you watch some of the top players, they make the right decision every time. And there maybe I should have checked the mini map. If you look right here, when I look away, just watch the mini map. It disappears, and that should have alerted me to danger. But again, I didn't really pay attention. And sort of again that comes down to reading the map, reading the mini map, which is very vital, of imperative importance when it comes to staying alive and being aware of your surroundings. Because I always think that, to be honest, teammates are just as important on the mini map as enemies, because if a teammate disappears, there's an enemy about. And in that situation, my last death, I was getting into a gunfight I shouldn't have got into. He's already firing down at my mate Felix Black. A shout out to him. But he's already firing down at Felix, and I'm trying to just go in there. It's alright, I got an RPD. It's just bad decisions. I never should have done that. And right here I make another mistake. I get really lucky there. My mistake there was just sprinting around the corner. You should never really sprint around the corners. You should always go around the corners, either with your aim up or at least ready to shoot. Especially a corner like that where it's high traffic. I know I haven't got any teammates up this way, so they're probably going to be pushing round. But I was just too eager to get kills. And that's another mistake I make quite often. I don't slow down when I should slow down. There I get flanked by some douche with a lightweight UMP or whatever. But what are you going to do? That happens a lot. And as you see there, I used my pred to defend C because I heard we were losing it. But in terms of running around corners, that's really something that I know I need to work on. And any advice I give to anyone else, right there again, watch the mini map. The red dot appears there, and I don't pick up on it. I carry on trying to shoot the guy that I'm only shooting at, even though he's no threat to me. And I don't think I even get the kill. He's no threat whatsoever. I need to be reacting right now, but I'm a bit slow, and then I read the mini map incorrectly, think he's up top when actually he's down below, and it gets me killed. And it's these little things that they're minor things, but I find that when I watch over the gameplay, this is what I see. This is what I think. Oh, I could have done better there. And well, so far there hasn't been a death that. There have been a few tough deaths. Maybe the flank, but there's not too much I could have done to avoid that, because I was about to turn back that way, and you know, he came and got me. But you know, it always looks, oh, I couldn't have really done anything. But you know, normally there is something you could have done if you look back carefully enough, and you know, just ironing out these little mistakes. And that's what I figure separates the good from the great, because the great don't make those mistakes really, and they will get, you know, their kill streaks on it. And at the end of the day, getting a massive score is all about building up your kill streaks. You need to be getting 2, maybe even 3 of your, you know, sequences of kill streaks. You know, your highest kill streak 2 or 3 times. If you're going to have a monster game like that, that's just the way it's going to work. You're not going to be running around only getting up to your pred and you know, get a 60-70 game. It's just not going to happen. Here I get a nice multi-kill, yeah, with my pred, which was very enjoyable. But you know, I said I'm not going to spend this whole game talking about what I did well, because if you want to see that, there pretty much every other video I've ever done or any other commentary, it's all about, you know, sort of, you know, praising yourself, you know, praising yourself and saying what you did well. Well, this video I'm going to be critical right now. So right now, I think, you know, fair enough, I'm playing a bit defensive. You know, I'm sort of, you know, I want to get my chopper gun. I think I'm one off, but here I'm doing something a bit stupid. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm sort of running with my back to their spawn. And I know I want to get inside the airplane, but still, I don't think that was the wisest decision. So, have I had a chance to do that again, I'd probably back away. I decided to skip through my chopper gunner because it really wasn't very very interesting, and you know, chopper gunner is not going to be informative gameplay. You know, there's not much wrong I could have done on my chopper gunner. It just wasn't too great, to be honest. Anyway. So now I'm just sort of, you know, I didn't die while I was in my chopper gunner, so now I'm sort of just running around waiting to get another kill streak. I see that, you know, we've got emergency airdrop again, I think courtesy of Felix. So I go over here to go and get it. He did say I could get it. I wasn't just being a dick and go, oh, I'm going to have this Harrier. No, he did say I could have the Harrier. So you know, I call it in over A because I see they've got a care package there, and generally those things are sort of like, you know, bees to honey, as it were, moth to a flame, whatever you want to say. That like they flock to it like nothing. So I decided to lay it right on top of that and hopefully get myself some kills. Now, as you see, I go back to this position already taken. It's quite good because I can tuck in and out of cover, and also I've got this bin to sort of, you know, protect me. So I get a noob, so I decide to sort of back off, which again probably the wise decision right there. You know, that's another thing that's very important, like engaging in gunfights that you can win. As I alluded to earlier, when I was sort of firing down the corridor and Felix and I both got mowed down, that was a bad gunfight because, you know, bullets were really coming down and I'm stepping into bullets. Right there I get flanked by a cold-blooded guy. I don't think there's too much I could have done about that, to be honest. You know, I'd only just got to that position. I hadn't been there too long, as maybe you could argue with the first time I got flanked, when I just got my Harrier. Maybe I was in that position a bit too long. Maybe I should have turned a bit quicker. Whatever, you know, those sort of things happen. But you know, I'm not gonna sort of go on about that death because I don't think there was too much I could have done. Sometimes you will die, and there's, you know, not too much you can do about it. But you know, it's all about the deaths that you can do something about, and the deaths that you can learn something from. And that's what this gameplay is about. And if you guys enjoy this gameplay, if I get good feedback, I might do more, because God knows I've got plenty of gameplays where I could have done better. You know, I'd definitely say that. Now here I think I'm approaching the one death that probably isn't really my fault. Not too much you can do about that. Let's watch it in all its glory. Yep, just sitting there with a noob tube. You know, it's maybe I'm an idiot for you know, trying to get in their spawn, trying to play the game properly, but really there's not too much you can do. And the game one's down here now. Simon calls in his nuke, so I'm just trying to get as many kills as I can before he gets his nuke. If Simon's going to bring my KD down with a nuke, then I'm going to try and, you know, bring his score down by getting some kills with my gun before his nuke can kill the opposite team. But yeah, you see, final score 46-9. I hope you found that informative. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, as I said, if I get a good response, I'll do more of these, because, you know, I find it helps me as well, helps me improve my game, and that's ultimately what I'm still trying to do. I think what we're all trying to do is get better. So yeah, that's been the video. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, bye.